All right, welcome back. Today we are doing CV boot replacements on tracker axle. This will probably be applicable to a lot of different axles, but we're going to do a boot replacement. I'm going to sit the camera up here looking down at my pristinely clean workbench and show you guys how this works. I already did the passenger side like that. New boot here, new boot here. So I'll had to figure out how to do it before I try to tell you guys how to do it. You know, I just wing this anyway, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna show you how to do this. Here we go. It's working. Okay. I'm gonna turn this light on. Hopefully help you guys be able to see. Okay, here we go. So I just did this, so I have my tools out. I didn't end up needing those because I did it differently. Anyway, let's see. First off, I'm gonna pull out paper towels. Clean this grease off of here. Get her all cleaned up. CV axle is generally cleaned up. So, we're gonna cut the bands. That's what we're gonna do. Let me turn this to where I don't have the little thingies. Okay. Bands are cut. We're gonna cut the CV boot. Okay. One CV boot off. Okay. There's the other boot. Now there are differences in the two boots. The boot on the inboard end, which I believe on this axle, yes, is the slidey end. It doesn't have it doesn't have as big a ridge right here as this side does. So it's not going to have as big of a hole in it right there, as this side's got a significant lip right there than this side. They're the same size, but I learned that. Anyway, we're going to check those out. We're going to get this thing cleaned up. Then I'll show you how to actually take it apart. So let's get this thing cleaned up. Okay. That ought to do. Now, put a clean paper towel over here to where I can put my parts. So the sliding end is the one you're going to take apart. If you look, you got to look really hard because there's a lot of grease. But there's these little divots where each of the ball in the CV is. Get over here where you can actually see it. Each of these divots. And right here, there's a ring. Right here on the very outside, just in from the edge, there's a ring. I hope you can see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that out. Grab my pick, and it's easiest if you can find the end of the ring. So I'm going to kind of fish around in here. You'll find the end of that ring so I can get under it and pop it out. And what I'm going to end up doing is pulling more grease out of there. Pull a lot more grease out of there, and hoping you guys can see this ring. I also found the end of it, which is right here. All I'm going to do is slip a pick underneath, pop it out like that. There's your ring. So we're going to set that over here on our clean paper towel, and then we're just going to be nice and careful before I pull that off. Stay. I'm going to put another paper towel down over here, because now what I'm going to do is just very carefully, it's kind of sucked in there because it's sealing, just pull that off just like that. And then because I have a paper towel, I can set that down. It's just greasing it. I'm going to set this to the side. here. And I'm going to clean more grease because in the end of there is a snap ring. I want to kind of keep this flat so I don't get all my dirt from my nice pristinely clean workbench in there. So more grease, clean up. Sure, there's better ways to do this, but this is the way I'm doing it because it's working. Bunch of grease out there. Now you can kind of see. I put it in the light down here so you can see. There's the end of there's a snap ring right there. My favorite things in the world. I hate snap rings. So I'm going to remove the snap ring. Bet I'd like snap rings better if I had better snap ring pliers. Holy moly. That's the first time that's ever happened. It came right out. So again, we're going to take that snap ring, we're going to set it over here on our nice clean part towel. And now, we're going to slip this off. And I'm going to put it was on here like this. I'm going to put this side down. So then I can pick it up and put it back on without screwing it up. Now, so we are fully disassembled. And you know what they say? Assembly is a reverse of disassembly. 2 new CV boots. I bought these on Rock Auto. I think they were 10 bucks a piece. Those are your part numbers. So, the reason to disassemble this is so you can get this on. Some people make a special tool where you can expand these things. Never seen it work. Can't say it doesn't work, I just have never seen it work. So, take this and we're gonna slide it over the end. Well, this one goes on that end. Come on, there we go. Slide it over, like so. Slide it down here a ways, not all the way. And then, greasy, greasy, greasy mess. We're gonna clean right around here. Nice and clean. We're gonna take our grease and just like you decorate a cake, cut the corner off the bag. And we're gonna start squeezing this grease into the CV boot. It says squeeze it all into there, but I don't know. So we're gonna apply the grease. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is the way I'm doing it. And then we're gonna take and we're gonna squish. Would help if I had the bag oriented correctly. We're gonna squish the rest of the grease into there. Okay, get your grease slopped in there, and then you slide your boot up over the top. Come on, there it is. All right, get it on there, work it, make sure it fits nice and tight. And now we get to play with bands. I hate these bands, but here we go. Ones that came with these were just slightly too big, too small to go with that way. Slide the band over the end, all the way up onto here. Like that. Start pulling this sucker tight. There we go. Got it into there. Now, I am going to do this completely and totally improperly because because there's some special tool you're supposed to have to pull these tight, which I don't have. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my good old pair of channel locks over here. I'm gonna pull on this thing as tight as I can, and then fold it back like that. Make a nice fold. Crease that there. Take these. Fold the ears over. That one there. There it is. That one is on there as tight as I can get it. Now what I'm going to do, there it goes. Chuck that in the trash. Take the other end of this. I'm going to take it, grab it right here at the end, roll it underneath. Pound her down flat so there's not a sharp edge that'll cut the living devil out of you. All right, then we're gonna do the inside one. Now, time to do the other end. That one's on. You play with it. Look, got good movement in it. There's grease in there. That's a happy CV axle. Okay, now, the other end. There's boot. I may or may not have screwed up earlier and put the wrong one on the wrong end. Learn that lesson. I would recommend test fitting them. Anyway, this time I'm going to do it right. Because oh, you know they screwed up. Make sure you put your clamp on. Kind of like putting the when you're flying a brake line and not remembering your nut. A lot like that. Fortunately, these ones more forgiving. They come apart. So we're gonna slide this down a little bit extra. And then take this grease and we're gonna put it back inside that boot. Right like that. It's all gonna end up there anyway. And then remember, assembly is the reverse of disassembly. Take that. I made a terrible mistake. I forgot how I did that. Yes, so this end, the one that sticks out like that, goes on, come on, goes on there like that. And then find that snap ring that hopefully didn't fly across the garage. Luckily for me, it didn't. Right here. Wish me luck. We're gonna use the world's worst snap ring pliers ever made. And we're gonna put this thing on. Snap ring is on. Now, grease all over ourselves. We're gonna put this happy little critter on there. Okay, this one here, again, you got your grooves around here. We're gonna slide it right, we'll line those up with a ball, slide it on. Before I slide it on, I'm gonna take and find the hole in this bag. I'm gonna squirt a little bit of grease in the end down there, because when I push that on, that's gonna squirt in and through that CV bushing or boot or joint or whatever into those bearings. Oh boy, do I got a lot of grease. I'm gonna have grease everywhere. Here we go. Start working that around, get some grease squirt out, and then we'll take this happy little clip right here. I'm gonna slip it right back in. We're gonna start it in the groove on one side, and we're just gonna walk it right around, just like so. Clip is in. And you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to put this on there. Lovely. That's all right, we'll do it in a second. we're going to slide this boot down here, start pushing, get the bottom to slide on, and then slide the top right on. Boot is on. Move it back and forth, wiggle it, make sure it's seated. Make sure this end is seated here. And then let's wiggle this. Boy, that thing doesn't want to move. There's a lot of grease in there. Okay, we're seated down here. My hands are really greasy. It's okay. We are going to get this clamp installed. Roll that end underneath so future me doesn't die. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. Just like that, your CV axle's got new boots on it. So, I'm gonna go finish putting this sucker together. Not tonight, it's late. Another day. But, there you go. The passenger side is exactly the same. The inboard end, the inboard or the differential end is the one that slides. Same exact assembly, it's just this little piece right here is a little bit different. So, thanks for watching.